Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 1 math. So you can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password is provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 1 and then click on view all lessons. So there you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with chapter 1, that is counting and number patterns. And we're going to cover the lessons that are counting review up to 10 and count to fill a 10 frame. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. So let's just start with first lesson, that is counting review up to 10. So basically what we are going to do, we're going to learn how do we count things, right? I'm going to make different shapes on the board. You have to count them, right? Let's just start with the first example. For example, you have triangles, right? You have to count them. Let me just make them, then we'll count. Okay, so you have to count the shapes, right? How many shapes do we have? How do we count? One, this is the first one, then two, three, and four. So how many shapes we have? You can write the answers in the chat box if you already know the answers, right? So yes, we have four triangles. This way you can count different things. Okay, let's just do another example. Okay, for example, you have a ball. You have to count how many balls do we have, right? Let's just start counting. One, two. You can even simply count, right? I'm writing the numbers so that we can learn how do we count. One, two, three, four, five, and six. So how many balls do we have? Yes, we have six balls, right? This way you can count. Very good. This way you can count different shapes, different things, right? Okay, for example, we have a cup of tea, different cups of tea, right? We're going to count them. How many cups do we have? Okay, so you can count how many cups do we have? One, two, three, four, and five. So how many cups do we have? Very good. We have five cups, right? Okay, let's just do another example. Okay, let's just count the. Okay, we're going to count the stars. So how many stars do we have? How do we count them? Let's just start counting, right? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, and eight. So how many stars do we have? So actually we have eight stars, right? Yes, very good. We have eight stars. So let's just find the examples on A plus. Let's just do practice questions from the lesson. Okay, here I am on A, A plus maths grade. Let's just start with the first lesson, that is counting review up to 10. Okay, how many skunks are there? So you have to count the skunks. How do you count? So how do we count them? Yes, very good. One, two, three, four, and five. Yes, there are five skunks. Very good. Let's just do another example. How many turtles are there? You have to count the turtles. How do you count the turtles? One, two, right, three, four. You can even count with me, right? Five, six, seven, eight, nine, and 10. So how many turtles do we have? Yes, very good. We have 10 turtles. The correct option is 10. Let's just start with the practice questions. How many snakes are there? So how do you count? Okay, let's just count with me, right? One, two, three, four, five, and six. So how many snakes do we have? Yes, very good. There are six snakes. So just select the correct option and click on the OK button. Here is the correct option, right? How many balls are there? So which is the correct option? You have to count the balls. So let's just count them, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very good. Yes, they are. There are 8 balls, right? The correct option is 8. So let's just scroll down, select the correct option. Correct answer from the options we have. The correct option is 8. So the correct option is 8. Just select the correct option, then click on the OK button. Okay, how many balls are there? Let's just count them, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So how many balls do we have? The correct option is 7. We have 7 balls, right? The correct option is 7. Okay, the next one is how many chickens are there? So you have to count the chickens. So just count how many chickens are there. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. How many chickens? Yes, there are 9 chickens. So the correct option is very good, 9. Okay, how many presents are there? So which is the correct option? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? So how many presents? There are 5 presents. The correct option is, yes, very good. That would be 5. The correct option is 5. Very good. Okay, how many turtles are there? So let's just count the turtles. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So how many turtles do we have? Yes, we have 10 turtles. Very good. So the correct option is 10. Just select the correct option and then click on the OK button. The correct option is 10. Very good. How many cars are there? So which is the correct option? Yes, we have just one car. The correct option is one. Very good. How many dogs are there? So which is the correct option? Which is the correct option? Yes, very good. We have just two dogs. So the correct option is two. Reptiles are there. Which is the correct option? Yes, very good. There are just four reptiles, right? The correct option is four. Very good. How many starfish are there? Which is the correct option? Yes, there are three starfish, right? The correct option is three. How many boats are there? Which is the correct option? There are one, two, three, four, five, and six boats. So the correct option is six. It is right. The correct option is six boats. How many bugs are there? So which is the correct option? Let's just count them. We have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, and eight bugs, right? So there are eight bugs. The correct option is eight. Sorry, we have eight bugs. How many pine cones are there? Which is the correct option? Yes, we have only one pine cone. The correct option is O1 it is. How many raindrops are there? Which is the correct option? Okay, let's just count the raindrops, right? They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So, how many raindrops do we have? We have 6 raindrops. The correct option is 6. It is very good. Okay, how many bananas do we have? So, which is the correct option? Let's just count them. We have 2 bananas, right? So, the correct option is 2. How many skunks are there? So, which is the correct option? Yes, they are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. We're almost done, but you can do the rest of the questions by yourself later today. So, if you need more help with the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9, right? The next one is count to fill a 10 frame. So, you are given a frame, right? You have to see how many frame you have to see how many more dots you need to add to make them 10, right? There are 9 dots on the frame, right? Just look at the dot frame. You have 9 dots. A full frame, because that the frame must have the frame accommodate 10 dots. How many more dots do you need to make? So basically you have to count the squares that are empty, that doesn't have any dot, right? So how many more dots you need to make 10, which is the correct option? You just have to count the spaces that don't have dots, right? So there is only one space that doesn't have count. That means you already have 9 dots. If you add one more dot, it makes 10, right? Okay, the next one is there are 9 dots on the frame. A full frame has 10 dots. How many more dots do you need to make 10? Okay, just look at this frame, right? So the frame accommodates the total of 10 dots. So you have 9 dots given. You have to count the spaces that do not have any dot. So you have only one, right? This one, empty one, right? That means you have 9 dots already. If you add one more dot, it will make 10, right? Because we are working on the numbers, right? The answer of the questions are the numbers. That's why you have so many numbers in the chart. Okay, there are 6 dots on the frame, right? A full frame has 10 dots. How many more dots do you need to make 10, right? So basically, you have to count the spaces that do not have any dots. First, let's just count the spaces that do not have any dots, right? Let me just count them. They are 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? You have 6 of the dots and 4 of the empty spaces, right? That means if you add 4 more dots, that means then the frame have total 10 dots, right? You have to count the empty spaces, the spaces that do not have any dots. So 4 of the spaces do not have any dot, right? So the correct option is 4. Let's just start with the practice questions. Yes, they are the answers of the questions, don't worry. Okay, let's just start with the first exam question. There are 9 dots on the frame. A full frame has 10 dots. How many more dots do you need to make 10, right? So, what you have to do, you are given, already have 9 dots, right? There are 9 orange dots. The question is, how many more dots you need to make 10? The frame is for the 10 dots. You have 9 dots. How many dots you have to add more to make it 10? You have to count the spaces that do not have any dots, right? So you have only one space that do not have any dot. That means if you add one more dot here, that means there are then complete 10 dots. So you have just one more space for the dot. So the correct option is 1. The correct option is 1. Okay, there are 7 dots on the frame. A full frame has 10 dots. How many more dots do you need to make 10? So which is the correct option? You have 7 dots already, right? You have to make them 10. How do you make 10? You have to count the empty spaces. You have to count the spaces that doesn't have any dots, right? They are 1, 2, and 3. That means if you add 3 more dots, the frame is full. The correct option is 3, right? There are 6 dots on the frame. A full frame has 10 dots. How many more dots do you need to make 10? So you already have 6 dots, right? You have to see how many more dots you need to make 10. So what do you have to do? Basically, you have to count the empty spaces, right? The spaces that do not have any dots. Let's see how many we have. They are 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you already have 6 dots and 4 of the empty spaces. If you add 4 more dots, then it would be 10. That means you have 4 empty spaces. Very good, that is 4. There are 8 dots on the frame. A full frame has 10 dots. How many more dots do you need to make 10? So which is the correct option? You already have 8 dots, right? How many more dots you need to add to make them 10? You have to count the empty spaces, the spaces that do not have any dots. Let's just count them. 1 and 2. You have 8 dots and 2 empty spaces. That means if you add 2 more dots in the frame is filled, right? The correct option is 2. There are 9 dots on the frame. A full frame has 10 dots. How many more dots do you need to make 10? So, which is the correct option? You already have 9 frames, right? How many more frames you have to add to make it 10? You have to count the empty spaces, the spaces that do not have any dots, right? So let's just count the empty spaces. You have only one empty space. That means if you add one more dot, the frame is filled, right? The correct option is very good. That would be 1. There are 7 dots on the frame. A full frame has 10 dots. How many more dots do you need to make 10? So which is the correct option? So the frame has already 7, right? You have to see how many more frames you have to add to make them 10, right? So you have to count the blank spaces. How many blank spaces do we have? 1, 2, 3. Yes, that means if you add 3 more dots, you have then 10 dots. The correct option is 3. There are 8 dots on the frame. A full frame has 10 dots. How many more dots do you need to make 10? So which is the correct option? You already have 8, right? How do you add more to make them 10? Just count the empty spaces, right? You have 1, 2 empty spaces. That means if you add 2 more dots, that makes 10 dots, right? Very good. There are 6 dots on the frame. A full frame has 10 dots. How many more dots do you need to add to make 10? You have to count the blank spaces, right? Just count how many blank spaces do we have. You have 1, 2, 3. Yes, 4 blank spaces do you have, right? That means if you add 4 more dots, the frame have completely filled. The correct option is 4. Very good. There are 9 dots on the frame. A full frame has 10 dots. How many more dots do you need to make 10? Yes, you have only one empty space. If you add one more dot, you have then 10 dots. The correct option is only one. There are 6 dots on the frame. A full frame has 10 dots. How many more dots do you need to make 10? So, which is the correct option? Yes, you have 4 more spaces to add 4 dots to make it a frame of 10 dots. So, you have the correct option is 4. There are 8 dots on the frame. A full frame has 10 dots. How many more dots do you need to make 10? Yes, we have. We just have to put 2 more dots to make them. Then the correct option is 2. Okay. There are 7 dots on the frame. A full frame has 10 dots. How many more dots do you need to make 10? So, which is the correct option? You just have to count the empty spaces, right? The spaces that do not have dots. Yes, we have one, two, three spaces. That means if you add 3 more dots, it would be filled. The correct option is 3. There are 8 dots on the frame. A full frame has 10 dots. How many more dots do you need to make 10? So, which is the correct option? Yes, very good. You have to add 2 more dots to make them 10. There are 6 dots on the frame. A full frame has 10 dots. How many more dots do you need to make 10? So, which is the correct option? Yes, you have one, two, three, 4 blank spaces, right? That means you have to add 4 more dots to make them. Then the correct option is 4. There are 8 dots on the frame. A full frame has 10 dots. How many more dots do you need to make 10? Yes, we already have 8. So if you add 2 more, they makes 10. Okay. So we were working on grade 1 math. The chapter we're working on is counting and number patterns. The lessons we have covered today are counting review up to 10 and count to fill a 10 frame. So if you have any question, you can please ask. We have You have to complete the rest of the practice questions by yourself later today. That's your homework. Please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we did today. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday 5 to 9. Either you can just go to YouTube channel and search for the lessons we're working on, or either you can join me in the interactive session that would be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10, right? So if you have any question, you can please ask. No questions? Okay, that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone. Yes, bye, everyone.